Should be live, like, now. Yeah. Okay, there it is. Cool. Okay, now, we are live, and I'm going to jump over to the studio here. And while we're doing that, we have everybody but Pilar for the moment, and we have the group should be joining us in half an hour at the latest, but it's going to be somewhere within the next half hour. Hopefully she joins us. Hello. We have a little bit to recount. You guys we haven't done the past, that's what we're doing today, in a little bit. What did we do last? You guys were in some tubes. What happened?
We were in some tubes. We found some fun little, like, soil, I guess. The dirt was real weird.
It was real fun. Oh, wait, was that the future? Wasn't that? No, you're right. You're right.
It was both.
It was both.
It was both. That's why I'm confused.
Turns out that weird dirt was one part of a heretical thunderdome that cultists made as a sort of, like, you know, Faraday cage, a weird shenaniganry, and everybody was just having a great time.
You guys found cultists hanging large pieces of sheet metal or something on the walls. There were runes on them. You guys had all kinds of feelings about that. Cece had an enlightenment.
She was just like, damn, these runes real good.
I can see every
monster robot Jesus.
She saw the wrongs as she saw them that her culture had put on the Mechanicum for so long, and she damn near spoke with the Omnissiah. That's what she thought. It's a big deal for a Mechanicum member. It's a huge deal. I'm looking for a little bit from other people in our party, though. What were you guys doing?
Well, we made it to the second sub-level below floor 4, and we were in hopes of investigating why the outer gates are closing and potential ways to help clear the flooding of floor 4. But we had an altercation with seemingly some cultists or of sorts down in the lower levels, and we encountered a group of people that refer to themselves as potentially Family Jer. And Dua had a conversation with Jer, found out that he lost his friend Tarig in the fight. And then Dua decided to kill the straggler because we just ain't got time for that, and we can't keep eyes on him. And he said, Family Jer sees you as a guest, so...
whatever that means.
That's whatever that means.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
he
that's
also
true.
helped out some civilians.
There were some civilians there that had been flushed down through the various
They were
pipes
being
and tubes.
Kind of sort of harassed by those guys. And so we have stuff to do, so we didn't want to take them all the way back up to floor 3. And so we're like, hey guys, just hang out here. And we left one of our friends with them. I don't remember his name.
I think it was Alex,
One of our,
wasn't it?
PDF guys.
NPC number 1.
Yep.
Yeah, he was taking a nap.
Well, there was,
I think.
unconscious guy. Yep.
We left him there, and they were like, he's unconscious. Can he protect us? And we're like, yeah, when he wakes up.
Yeah, pretty
anyway, you should take these weepons and help yourselves.
Shoot
And we left
anyone
some
who
of our
isn't us.
rations. Yeah. And we left him some food and went down further into the pipes to look for floor 4
Floor 4.
clues.
Bless you.
Floor clues.
Okay, true. And you guys kept going down through the various tubes and pipes until you reached another larger than those you'd seen before. You were moving through the maintenance tubes until you kind of emerged out into this large, hollowed out mine shaft. Enormous. The biggest you've seen so far. Truly huge. Some of you couldn't see very well. Some of you, interacting with the soil around you could actually see a little bit better. Maybe something to do with the runes you found. Kind of hastily smacked up on the wall. Can't really read it. And the longer you stare at it, the more horrible it is. You also...
Well, someone could read it, right? Was it
Not-
Gallus that like claimed they could, but they like rolled bad? That's kind of meta,
Yeah.
but like he like could read it, right? Something like that.
I could read like parts of it.
All right.
Yeah, you could...
Or you think you can?
Yeah, there was an element to it that you could read it a little bit from the book that you guys are carrying, and you recognize that the symbols did have some relationship with that, but anytime you pin down one of the characters in the book or on the wall and try to make a comparison, it almost changed. And so it's something that it's slippery, but it's familiar. Hello, Dorsen. It's slippery, but it's familiar. So here we are. You're in a giant tube, and well, let's start by rolling perception.
$93. I'm not seeing anything.
You need
Wait.
different dice, my man.
I was gonna say black or
Right.
green dice today.
Great.
Come on, Nyla.
Are they all black and all green, or do they have like
Oh, green.
They're metal.
flecks in them?
They're metal, and so it's like mostly silver, but then it's like black or green for.
Ooh, the black ones.
I was about to say black.
Yeah.
They are so smexy.
Now they sound
Perception.
very shiny, and that does draw my little magpie heart in.
33.
Oh, yay! 16.
68.
Close to nice.
96. I'm busy.
Nice.
You're busy having mech Jesus moments.
A religious
Who
experience.
can blame
Yes.
you? Who can blame you? Okay. Well, what we have next is going to be I'll roll for Pilar. Here we go. She got a 29.
Yay!
She sees something.
God.
More
So
importantly,
much better.
I see things.
and what do you see?
Actually, everything.
I see with my 16, 1-6.
Ooh, you do see things. You see the same kind of popping lights in your vision as if you were hitting the back of the head really hard. You see the same kind of popping lights. If you've ever been close to suffocation, you'll recognize this as the brain just gasping. You see this, and you feel the wind being sucked out of you. It's a sensation that the further you get from 0 on your die roll, the more exaggerated it becomes. And a 16 is the best on the chart here. You're looking at, you feel okay, but there's some startling cloudiness. Up at the top, where we had D-back and rolling, we need to roll some constitution checks. Let's get those out here.
Those are D100, right?
That's correct.
Seven.
31.
7 and
81.
81.
31.
31. What'd you roll, D-back? I'm sorry.
Yep. 31.
Yeah.
One more time.
31.
31. 31. Okay. Gotcha. And rolling your number.
7.
7. Well, okay. So, the giant rock chasm with its struts to keep form within the giant cavern goes on seemingly endlessly. You know there's an end. These are mine shafts. You can see the tube that you just recently left behind you. The echoes in your mind, created by things you don't really understand and shouldn't, are lingering like a headache. You see soot falling in what there is for light in this cavern. Things start to shake, catching your step as you almost suffocate in a room full of air. Our Mechanicum member here, our tech priest, staggers, but keeps himself upright. Everybody else, a little shaken. We see D-Beck's character collapse into a heap on the floor. This is all before what feels like an earthquake. Nothing is moving. The air itself seems to be vibrating, rocking, almost like a clatter you can't hear. Before a pop. One more perception check, please.
What?
48. 48.
We have a 48 from...
Do
Do it.
it.
23.
23.
14
11.
Dallas.
Gotcha.
Cece got a 9.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, keep those dice. And then, Gallus, please.
Roller on mine.
Well, I got a 96. The... One more time, Constitution, please. From Gallus.
Oh, Lord. 10.
Oh my god. The vomit stays in your mouth. You're able to, over the next couple minutes, swallow it down for the most part. The rest of you, nausea
Nice.
seeps up. Those of you with acid reflux begin to feel it. But you don't realize it. Because what tears out of the air in front of you is a literal ripping sound. As metal emerges from nothing, about 40 yards ahead of you, filling most of what was once the empty chamber. Flame and noise and metal. It is what looks like a lot of an interstellar cruiser. I believe your character,
God.
Sarah, you recognize that these are the bearings of a ship from the Imperial fleet somewhere. You recognize these same Gothic slopes and arches,
Okay. Well,
but
Nyla
it's not all there.
took a knee because she wasn't feeling too good, and she just goes, "That's an Imperial ship." And then kind of curls up a little bit and breathes between her knees.
All right.
So it just like crashed in here?
Not even crashed.
Not
just
even
appeared.
crashed.
Just like appeared. Okay.
It's just there now.
It just tore through space in front of you.
Are y'all seeing that? What the hell is happening? Am I losing my mind? Why do I not feel good? What is this?
It's all the flash.
It's the giant Imperial ship. It's from the Imperial fleet. Why is it here?
All right, so I'm not crazy.
I don't feel good.
I
All
want to
right.
drive it.
We need another Constitution check, please.
From everybody.
Yep. Pilar got a 3.
Yeah.
Nice job, Pilar.
Oh, no, I got a 98.
Oh, I did not get a 3, but I will.
Oh, welcome.
Hi, Pilar.
Hello.
Shh,
I'm
you
here.
got a 3.
You want to take
Oh,
the
yeah,
3? You want to
fine.
roll again?
Yeah,
It's
I
up to you.
totally got
Shut
a
up!
3.
The GM rolled for you and you got a 3.
You had
Excellent. Thank
you
you.
rolled a 98 a second ago, or 96. A 3 is a
Oh,
pretty good
geez.
change.
I'll take it.
I got a 25.
25.
34.
98.
Oh, no.
75.
Well,
D-back,
Let's-
throw your dice away.
let's start with D-Beck. So, D-Beck. As the fire roars from the explosion where fuel was kept and is now spilled out over electrical fires that are happening over most of the ship. You aren't caught in the blast itself, but the enormous bulkheads behind you still shut means that the air in this room is the air in this room. It wisps away what oxygen you had in your lungs while trying to swallow your unsteadiness, and you begin to aspirate. Vomitous. Moving on to the rest of our folk, you feel oxygen in short supply. Your diaphragm's pumping. Hungry muscles start to ache, and you can see your vision starting to blur after about 30 seconds.
Weren't there doors behind us, or is that what's closed? Or is that where the ship is?
There is an enormous chasm, and there are pipes that you emerged from a moment ago. The maintenance pipes. The pumps that moved the water along for the sake of the wet drilling. You came out of those, but the door was closed behind you. There is the large bulkheads at the front of this mine segment, and then a dark, ominous chasm, now mostly filled with ship beyond.
Can we reopen the bulkheads?
Can you?
That's what Nyla's gonna try to do, is she kind of stagger rolls her way towards the door.
They're pretty far back, but if you want to head back that way, you could begin to march, yeah.
That is what I'm going to try to do, because I don't know why there's a giant ship over there now.
Mm-hmm.
So, away, for the opposite direction.
You're headed toward the bulkheads. Check.
Yes, I want to try to open them so we can breathe.
Copy that. And you're
On
going to
your
start
6,
making that
Nyla.
distance. Go ahead.
I'm on your 6, Nyla.
Okay.
I pick up a rock and I just huck it at the ship. What are you even doing here?
That's a
Go
good move.
away.
That's a good move. I would say that's perfect. 100%.
I'm just over
But it
here
is how
gasping
actively
for
on
breath.
fire is this vessel?
The part that just ruptured into flame because one of the fuel tanks didn't fully materialize in real space, leaving its contents to spill out over the burning decks. That part is pretty on fire. There are parts that aren't on fire.
People on the ship are having a bad day.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna head over to Gallus and try to see what's going on with him.
Okay, yeah. And Gallus, can I get you to make another Constitution check, please?
Oh no, 96.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh no.
You are now drowning in your own vomit.
Oh.
I'm gonna drown in my own real life vomit.
Don't.
Oh.
You are
Anyway.
going to need to pass a very interesting level of checks in the next couple moments here, or you're going to die. So, or if somebody can perform chest compressions, that's another potential out of this, but who has Medicaid?
Yeah, I was
CC
about
does.
to ask.
Ah.
There you go.
But
Well.
like you're all fleshy though.
Oh my god.
Eh.
Somebody help him, please. He's,
I'm gonna
he's
roll a
choking
luck
up
check
over
to see
there.
how immediately CC
Cece, come
waits
on.
for the-
Help him. I got Nyla.
It's an 18. CC walks over to help. This is
Okay.
why you just replace all of your internal organs so they don't fill up with your gross, fleshy vomit.
Duh. Obviously, 18 is going to clear. So this is good. This is very good. You're going to come around. But, I mean, after a scathing tongue lashing from the tech priest about how you should have just replaced all this already, you might actually believe. So,
Is that even an option for people who aren't tech priests?
I mean,
Enough money.
Fair enough.
it's not an option.
Well, I mean, I
mean-
did get an arm.
Look at that creepy inquisitor the future people dealt with.
I
Fair
think trying to
enough.
compare
Tons of
yourself to
arguments.
an Inquisitor is probably not going to be the best. Like,
Well, I mean, like he's not a tech priest.
yeah, I think. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. But the I think wealth has a lot to do with your ability to swap things out. Because if you go to like the Mechanicum, you have to imagine they're going to be like, you're like, okay, I get it now. The flesh is weak. They're going to be like, duh, and then keep doing what they're doing. It's not. It's a weird
Glad you
thing.
came around.
Idiot.
Oh God, Jesus, get the fuck out of here, God. Anyway, so you guys, saving D-back, still kind of losing some oxygen. We got 2 people headed toward the blast doors. This is a bit of a madness here. I do need one more perception check from you, please.
2.
2,
25.
and then a
5.
25.
25.
12.
Also 25.
63.
All right. Who is our 2?
Me.
Perfect. So, your perfect eyes see through the smoke, and activating fire suppression systems and the kind of backdraft and waft coming off of that. You can see that fire is kind of spiraling, wisping, lapping at cracks in the cavern above. The fire's being pulled up into areas where there's more oxygen. You can also see small tendrils lapping toward the pipes where one of the doors behind you, because you emerged from 2 different doors, one of the doors behind you was left open. You can see wisps and laps of fire reaching at those open door, that one open door there. And you, far before anybody else, start to hear the crunching, the grinding of rock sliding reluctantly against rock as more weight than you can understand begins to shift above you. Who rolled the
Hey,
poorest?
it's on fire now.
I got a 55.
A 55. I don't think that's
I
bad.
got a
I don't know. I don't know if
63.
that's the worst.
A 63.
I think mine was worst.
You don't turn around in what we'll call time. Not in time. The reluctantly grinding weight gives way, large portions. And I'm not doing credit to how large the portions of stone above you begin to loosen and give way to ocean above. Water pours in amounts that you don't fully understand in ways beyond fear. I do need to get a sanity check from everybody. So this is going to be a willpower roll, and I have your marks here on who's going to be receiving some negatives. So please roll a d100. Everybody, give me your number.
39.
61.
Okay,
7.
7. 7,
18.
24.
24. Did I hear 7 from
91.
D-Bag?
Yes.
The man
You're
who
so
aspirates
sane.
vomit. Okay. 7. So
Like, he
yeah,
already
Holding on
faced
to his
death
mind.
once just now. So
He
I
contains
think that
multitude.
Better out than
super
in.
with it. Yeah, I mean, super with. That's good. I mean, this is really
Super
cognizant. He's got
aware.
full control of his faculties. Okay. You aren't staggered and stunned by this. In fact, nobody is. This is good. Everybody is. Well,
I did get a 91. For,
oh, a 91. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear the 91. I heard the
Yeah.
9. Well,
Yeah. No.
Dua is a little shell shocked. You've got the 1,000-yard stare, as you do here before, Nyla. You turn around and you see stone falling in slow motion through the enormous cavern before, silently to you, meeting its resting place on the people trying to gain control of the fires around them, pouring out of the ship.
Jeez.
This is a bad day for you. You're weak in the knees. You're already having trouble breathing. You are losing control of your faculties.
You shit yourself.
Hey, I didn't say that.
Probably.
Nyla, about 10 seconds later, when you actively hear water rushing at you, you begin to notice you turn around, and while you aren't staggered the same way that Dua was, this is bad. The water's still yet to reach you. We're taking a moment to stop this time, and you'll tell me what it is your reactions will be.
Get to higher ground.
So,
This might not be the best time to tell you guys that I'm not a very good swimmer. I'm not handling this that very well.
That is
so
not
there was an open door behind us that
There was a
one
closed door.
person saw.
Yep. There was one, and one that was open. There's also more doors than that in the tubes of the pipes that you emerged from. Some of you came out of the pipe from one door. Some of you came out of the pipe from the other door. The first door had their door shut. The second door did not. But you can open doors.
I remember we only went so far down that tunnel when we first came in here.
Yep.
So I think Cece's immediate thing is like, if there is quite literally a ship that materialized in front of us and water coming in from the top, she's booking it in the direction of that way. The door that went down to the mysterious hallway that we like went down for like a mile and doubled back on.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm still fighting for my life, right?
No.
No, like,
Fantastic
Or am
Medicaid
I-
from the tech priest. Your aspiration was cleared. I'm assuming it was something like a high-powered version of that sweet dentist tool they use to keep the saliva out of your mouth.
She just punched you so fucking hard.
Or that. Honestly, who can know? The mystery of the Mechanicum is just that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that Zuri is just gonna turn tail and book it to wherever seems like a good idea to go.
Okay. There's the pipe that you emerged from behind you, and then there are the bulkheads which are closed up at the front. You'll remember that you have accessed several different computers as you've delved deeper into these mines. One of them
My
said
concern
that
Do we see any of those?
yes, they're titanic structures about half a mile away.
Well, I'm gonna try and run that half mile. See.
Away from the water that's about to sweep
Away from
us
the water.
away.
Away from the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
I start running too.
Okay.
Because if I remember correctly, we got into this tube by breaking the door that went after the fire suppressant tube. So,
Well,
worst case scenario.
that was a bit back, but yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, if we're talking about basically an ocean falling on top of us,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that the direction to go to would be like if all the water came in at once, the one that goes up. But yeah, I think Cece's just going to book it towards the tube and see if we can.
Toward
Shut
the tube,
doors behind us.
the pipes that you emerged from directly behind you.
Yeah, because as I understand, the pipes we came from are behind us.
Yep.
Ship is in front of us.
Yep.
Ocean falling on top of us is also in front of us.
You have a large mine shaft you're in. There's a pipe that runs along the length of it that you just emerged from in our last session. One direction down the giant mine shaft, ship. Back away from the ship, the doors. The length of pipe that you emerged from, again, runs parallel. It's about 20 yards to your left. And bulkheads are about Yeah, like half mile
Jesus.
away from the ship.
Thanks,
Wow,
Fifi.
20 yards versus a half mile. Oh, yeah, get fucked, everybody on that ship. Good to you.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? The fires are getting put out.
Great, and people are getting crushed with rocks.
Well, there's that.
I mean, they'll figure like the ocean's gonna put the fire out. So I'm going to run after Cece to just try to get out of here.
So you're changing directions. This means that you ran toward
Yeah.
the bulkheads. You've turned around, and you're going to run right past the dazed and confused Dua, who's having flashbacks.
I'm not gonna leave Dua. If I'm running past him, I'm going to help him.
Oh, my darling. Where are you going?
Dua, come on! We can't stay here. We'll drown. And not in
I'm
like
not drowning.
the air, in the actual water that is falling down. Come on.
I'm following
she-
your lead. All right, Nyla. All right.
She grabs your shoulder and she's like, "Come on!" And she's like pushing you. Come on,
All right.
follow Cece. She knows what to
following.
do.
All right.
I simmered down.
What, Cece? You always know what to do.
I was joking. I'm hilarious.
We need to
Oh.
get out of here.
Emperor, protect us. We need to get the fuck out of here.
So
Agreed.
you're all running now toward the pipes, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So
Affirmative.
you're running toward the
At
maintenance
least
pipes.
we can try to go back up.
Running toward the maintenance
Well,
pipes.
Yeah.
Yep. So you do, and as this happens, water is spilling toward you. It is filling up large sections of the ship first. It's a lot of water, but it's a big ship. And like a hollow organ filling with blood first before you start to notice the pressure elsewhere, this ship has a lot to fill. So you're going to get wet. The air tastes like soot and fuel, but you're not being swept away by the current yet. It is still opening the widening gap in the ceiling of the channel you're in. You can hear crunching, grinding of metal, people screaming, explosions, pops elsewhere on the ship, things that you really can't do a lot about at the moment. But you do, each of you, make it to the pipe in time for the water to start filling. First, a little, and as some of the remaining rooms under direct pressure are filled, the water cascading over the ship starts to form rapids as the water lunges at you in walls. The last of you make it into the pipe, but these maintenance hatches open outward. And currently, the pressure of the water is meeting the door that you need to close. You can leave it open. You can try to close it. You can run. Which direction do you want to run? Further down toward the ship side, back toward the bulkhead.
How
Within the pipe, of
disoriented
course.
is Dua right now? Still from the
Roll
insanity
a
check?
Constitution check for me.
Okay. 68.
68. Not very.
Okay. Yeah, Dua's just following the lead right now. He's big scared for a big guy.
Okay. It is a lot of water.
Yeah.
It is smashing against the
Ah.
door. You can hear the hinges on the pipe's metal door begin to groan under the pressure.
I think it's probably better if we just keep running.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna try and fucking shut this door behind us as one goddamn person with a
Yeah.
bulkhead door, because I remember them being fucking rusted as hell to get open in the first place.
Yeah, they're
Let's
kind
run.
of shitty.
So you're running. You have two directions to move. Water is slowly. It's meeting the door and mostly acting as a directing path, pounding against that door. You can hear the hinges starting to give and give and give. But as long as that door is there, the water's meeting it, and it's starting to fill just about ankle level in this maintenance pipe. The system of tubes that you're in, they do run parallel to this cave, this mined out section of earth. You have, again, the direction of the ship, direction back toward the bulkhead. Which of these directions would you like to run in?
Is the bulkhead farther away from the water?
The bulkhead is about the same distance from you as the ship. About half a mile.
Okay.
Well, isn't the ship filling with water?
The ship is, yes. But the ship
Yeah, so
is
the idea
kind
of
of
running
saturated.
toward the direction of the ship that we know is filling with water.
But you're also, again, this is a pipe, a closed circuit with the one exception to the door you've left open. You can't even see the ship anymore. You're inside this dank, rust-scented tube. The new moisture in the air has actually alleviated some of those scents. You can smell some of the rust. Stronger now. And
I mean, towards, I would say, because like we started down this path, this hallway before, but we didn't finish it because we went
true.
door wide.
Yep,
So
that's true.
Down the hallway?
to glory.
You not drowning, hopefully?
Well,
Hopefully.
all right.
To victory.
So you're moving down this tube, and it's
Yes.
steadily filling. As you get a few, we'll just say 20 meters away, when the last one of you reaches about that mark, you hear the snap of the door that was beginning to give under the weight. The water has blown it clear off. You can hear the rushing of the water moving alongside the pipe. It's becoming harder to hear, but the force of the water is so great that it's not actually filling your maintenance tube as much. You're actually getting less water entering the tube now that the door is not funneling it in. It's been blown off the hinges, and the rushing water doesn't actually have that stop to move in. So, at least for the moment, until the fill line begins to pass the threshold of that door you entered, until the fill line moves past that, you're actually going to be receiving less water. If you don't find an exit, well, you'll start to receive more water soon. So, you're continuing down the tube here. And
Yeah.
there are doors that dot your right side where you can hear the water rushing past and filling up. As you continue, you can hear when you near the ship, as you begin to pass it, the pops and screams, people shouting commands over augmented vocal structures and equipment that you can't really make out over the rush of the water. Let's get a perception check from the whole group.
$71.
That's
Oh, is that
0,
sir?
0, 0 is 100, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I got a 99.
I got a 40.
What'd you get, sir? Well, as it happens, we actually have two members who see a way out. And this is great news because you guys, the water is starting to fill up. It must have met that door threshold. Water is now pouring in, and we're looking at about mid-calf that you're now slowed down significantly by as you continue to muscle through. you notice that the emergency lights above you are maintaining their red glow. You can see well enough so that Dua and Baxter actually, they can make out a door that must be well past all this trouble. And if you listen, they'll tell you that you can't actually hear the same ruckus. It might be in another chamber of this mine shaft. It could be this door is beyond the trouble and out of harm's way.
It seems safer that way. We should probably go that way. It's 100% safer that way.
Yeah.
Can we go that way?
Yes, behind that door is perfect.
Yeah.
Baxter's with me. Come on.
Yeah, and I imagine you guys you make a move toward that door immediately. Nyla, on the other hand, can hear actual engines drowning as crew yell about something, trying to get some kind of a crew transport vehicle running, and they're failing under what seem to be water-like circumstances. Directly on the other side of that door.
Talking about? There are water-like circumstances back there. No. And
You're clearly blind, Nyla.
What? Are you using your ears, or did they explode off your stupid head? Let's go. And she...
I totally know it's safe behind that door. I
Yeah.
guarantee it.
100%.
It says the man with it. One of them has ears full of vomit.
How? I mean, that's impressive.
I punched them very hard.
He wasn't even one of the ones who was convinced. He's just like, huh? Oh.
Wow.
Look, if you want to open that door and have all of the water come out, plus all of the people that are probably back there and probably very upset that their ship is in a bunch of rock, then that is on you, and I cannot help you with that very poor decision.
The shortest
the
among
water-like
you
circumstances.
have active water settling at the back of your knees.
My dad.
Also, this water is up to my knees, and this sucks. So I'm going to continue this way. And so Nyla then continues the way that we were going.
And are
I'm
two
gonna
individuals
trust you,
convinced?
woman. I'm gonna trust you, woman, but I don't know. I've always heard to never trust a woman.
Oh,
Jeez.
If you don't trust any woman, you're going to die young. Mostly
Why?
because you'll be behind that waterlogged door.
Why are you so surprised? All of society thinks this way.
What are you talking about? Oh my god.
I'm gonna trust you, damn it. All right.
The Emperor always respected women, okay?
I'm gonna follow whichever way the dog follows.
What'd you call
The
me?
dog is actively in my arms because it's knee-high
yeah.
water.
Dog can't. Dog would be dog. You're paddling. It's a little purse dog. It was a,
First off.
just don't
Muffin's Lil.
let it know it's a factory defect.
Yeah. Muffin has the heart of a Rottweiler and the size of a Chihuahua.
And unfortunately, not the
the bike
motor of a
strength.
boat, because
Yeah.
y'all need
Yeah.
speedboat. So you're all continuing now, moving through knee-high water.
Reluctantly.
Whatever. If we get out of this alive, and we still might drown because this is the entire ocean, I'm pretty sure.
God damn it,
But-
let's move.
Look, I'm just saying that if we live, and it wasn't because you opened that stupid door, it's because you listened to me. And you're just gonna have to deal with that in your own time. Pray about it or whatever.
I hope I'm wrong. Let's go.
Everyone roll perception.
Great.
21.
83.
You need a dice.
89.
68.
Oh, add one.
30.
23.
23? Is that right? 23?
23.
23? Okay.
That's what I heard.
And then who was our highest?
Me.
And what was that again? 86?
83.
83. Okay, so. Okay. So. You feel a chill. And I found, you know what? Let's get a Constitution check from you again, Mr. D-Beck. We need to find out. Just maybe some of that you just didn't quite get. Maybe that's where your head's at.
36.
Okay, that's nice. That little, bit of breakfast finally unlodged itself, apparently, from your lungs. Nice, clear breaking. Right. You're great. Gross. So, that clears out, but you're still quite foggy. And so, when you feel the chill of the water as it changes temperature, your first reaction isn't to look at your breath as it hangs in the air the moment it leaves your lungs, kind of almost solidifying. It's so heavy.
There's a ghost in here.
You're not seeing the ambient, just moisture in the air turn into an almost powder. Your first thought is to see if the metal is cold next to you. And so you put your hand on the wet metal of the pipe next to you. Your wet hand on the pipe. So this is going to be a problem for you because you're not really going to be able to remove that very easily because you notice it is extraordinarily cold. In fact, the ice surface that you're now starting to wade through in an almost instant, the room's super cooled, begins to slow the flow and rise of the water. You're now kind of painfully moving your knees through hardening, freezing ice water. In a tube, in barely lit circumstances. You do begin to hear the water slow. Thoughts, prayers.
This is everybody or just?
Everybody. Everybody's feeling this.
Okay.
D-Beck is the one who put his hand on the wall.
Ah, okay, got it.
He's
okay.
having a Christmas story experience.
I see.
CC, I'm cold. Make it stop.
Nah. This is
Wow.
what you get for not trusting women.
I think Baxter trusted. I think it was Dewey.
Hey,
And Muffin.
I don't know who this Baxter person is.
Oh!
Oh,
Excuse
Effie,
me, it's
sorry.
Effie. Pardon me.
Y'all look alike.
Maybe if you'd call me by the right name.
Pardon.
I don't know why I thought you were named Baxter for a second. Weird.
Makes no sense.
I'm cold.
You're cold.
Cece gets a nosebleed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, everybody but Gallus can move around freely. Your hand is still stuck to the pipe, and you're actually going to be losing some pretty substantial amount of your palm if you're trying to wrench it loose.
Alice, we need to leave. What are you doing?
CC.
I'm kind of stuck.
What?
She goes around in her purse and produces a scarf from Muffin.
Oh.
My hand is frozen.
Dog that's
to this
fully
wall.
metal.
Uh-huh.
Have you tried
What?
blowing air on it?
I've got a flame pistol here. I haven't quite named it yet.
Okay, how attached are you to the skin of your palm? On a scale of like 1 to 10.
Oh, about a 12.
Hey, that's great. I grab his palm and rip.
All right.
Oh,
You're going to receive one wound. This is not going to be a... This is going to be one of those, we'll call it a paper cut wounds, where it's like a splinter, where you feel it, but it's not going to stop you from doing what you need to do in a life-saving scenario. You don't have flesh on your hand.
Ooh, yeah.
It's probably going to hurt more than a splinter, but you're still going to be mobile. You can still articulate.
CC's right. The flesh is weak.
Oh, that's pretty good. The water is solidifying more by the moment. It is harder and harder to move as you begin to lose feeling in your lower extremities, with exception to Cece.
And it ground
Yeah.
out of the water. Where is the high ground? Can I see it? Is there high ground?
You're in a comparatively cramped maintenance tube with no ground except the one you're standing on.
Time to leave.
There are
Time to continue down the path
ports
we were on.
that dot the tube you're walking inside of that exit out to the main cavern where the ship was seen last.
Was there higher ground there?
Segments of the ship, segments of rock on people,
Okay.
scaffolding that you saw
I think
were used to put the runes on the walls, but you're not really sure beyond that because you couldn't see forever.
I think our best bet is to probably try to get up onto one of those ship or rock pieces since the water's slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
How tall
Alright.
is CC?
Let's try and open up the next available port.
Mm.
Yep.
How tall is CC?
I do
think
want
said
to.
5.
Well, all right. So you're going to do that. So you guys see it. It's just about 15. Really, it's not that far in front of you. I mean, you're probably looking like 7 meters, 15 feet.
Okay.
All right, let's try it.
So you guys ask D-Beck what it was like to have his hand ripped off. And you're like, all right, so it was okay. That was fine. All right, everybody, hands on. Let's go.
Rub
I
some
had
dirt in it.
hands on.
I'm sorry?
I mean, is it
Do it with
bleeding?
gloves?
Oh.
Does anybody have gloves
Oh.
to open up the
Hi there.
board?
I have grenades.
You have grenades.
I don't think that's gonna help us
Jesus
inside the
Christ.
maintenance tube. Just saying.
I have a knife.
It's pretty good.
But no gloves. Not a single one of us has gloves.
I mean, you know, you.
I mean, all my gear says is uniform, so I don't know.
Why would I wear gloves? You wouldn't be able to see my manicure.
It's true. Oh my god.
Your man of what?
A manicure.
Can that
Okay.
cure,
On
can
your
it cure his
fleshy
hands?
I think you did.
I
Yeah.
unfold the cuffs of my uniform, so because Nyla's very small, and they go down over her fingertips, and she grabs the thing to open the port, and she's like, "Stacey, help me out here."
Yep. This is a standard port door.
Use your
Things haven't
scarf.
changed in a long time, so it's just one of those wheels that you crank to the side to loosen, and when it's been pulled out of its locking
I'm not
mechanism, you open it out.
terribly strong, so I'm gonna put my back into it, but
I
Nyla's gonna
can't
need
use
some help.
the scarf. The scarf is for Muffin.
Can't Muffin have it
Rip
back
off one of
after we open
Eula's
the thing?
sleeves.
You can still hear
Fair
the water pressure outside, but it's slowing. And it's getting colder the slower the water sounds. It's getting...
I'm sorry. Why? I'm. Did
Very
do we know why it's suddenly cold now?
No,
Hopefully we'll find out once we open the dang port and look out.
you don't know.
Because
I could
it's
use
either
I
warp.
ocean. The ocean is cold.
Ocean cold?
Yeah, I mean, I know we're on an. I know we're on an ice world, but I was hoping. But like,
It's not freeze the air
Okay.
cold.
Meta, it's probably someone on
Warp
the
shenanigans.
ship doing warpy bullshit.
I just
Not
wanna-
meta. Nyla's really trying to open this door and just
CC will help you. I'm just trying to make sure when we open this door, it's not going to just fill it with fucking Slurpee or slush or whatever immediately.
Well, like no skin on palm guy, probably a bad choice for this. So people who still have skin on their palms, please help me.
All right.
I just look
Zuri,
at my hand, get really sad.
You know, you're really taking on role as leader here, Nyla. That
takes a.
it's kind of stressing me out. Not gonna lie.
Well, are you gonna help me
Right.
open this or not? You could be the leader after we're out of this water.
All right, I'll take
Right.
your word on that. What do you need?
Help me open this door! And she's like
I'm-
holding
I'm-
onto it and like really trying to pull it.
She's so little.
She is. Nyla is so tiny. She weighs 50 kilograms and is 1.6 meters tall.
Wow.
All right. Watch how a man
You're a
works.
rail.
Yeah, she's very small. She has a hacking cough too, in case you were wondering.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
good.
that's definitely coming up right now. Then, thank you for reminding me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It,
Cece was about to
Dua
wrench
starts
this open
helping.
with her massive strength score, but then the second Dua says, "Watch a man work," she steps back and just gestures
Yeah,
for
all right,
him.
go ahead. Again, everyone
Yeah,
but CC is currently feeling in just about their lower half. You're gonna have trouble
Yeah,
moving
Cece's fine.
at half pace pretty soon through the solidifying ice water.
I'm gonna climb on top of CC.
Get the fuck off me! Effie tries to climb on Cece and immediately gets fucking suplexed into the water.
I feel like this would be a grapple check. Do you want to go ahead and roll
That-
grapple, Effie?
Doesn't even ask, just starts climbing. Is ridiculous.
Muffin's like, bark!
I rolled a 79.
79. You failed the grapple check,
27.
and the tech priest plucks you off. What was yours, Ron?
27. My
27.
strength is a 50.
Yes. So the tech priest plucks you off effortlessly, and you said into the water?
Into the water.
Into the water. Oof. Okay.
Flick him like a booger.
So you do get the douse. This is going to mean that you're going to be affected by the cold much sooner than everybody else. Not just physically, but mentally. So you do get the full douse. Now we have the door progress. How we doing on that? Do it. Let's get a strength check from you.
no, I could do that. Yeah, I could totally do that. I 100% can't do that. 89.
Jesus Christ.
Well, what you do is you start to move the wheel. You're cranking it, and you just can't get it going anymore. You kind of collect yourself, and then with every sexus bone in your body, you wrench in the wrong direction and tighten it a little bit.
Oh God.
Okay, well, nobody told me it was supposed to go that way.
It's
I mean,
always stay loosey, righty, tighty. Ah!
Righty, loosey, tighty, whiteys. What'd you say?
Just get out of the way so Cece can do it.
Ah, God damn it. Sure, go ahead. I'll try it if you mess up again. Now that I know.
Please, Cece, you're my cousin, and I love you so much. Don't listen to this idiot, and please open this door with your amazing strength.
She's not wrong, honestly.
D100 roll. I thought it was gonna be very funny if Cece biffed it, but she didn't. That's okay.
Nice.
I was just
What was
thinking she'd be like, no, I want to see him do it again.
I
was it?
want to do it. It was a 30.
A 30. That'll do. That's 3 degrees of success, yeah. So with 3 degrees of success, you wrench through rust and the tightened amount that Dua did put into it, and through ice. If you ever tried to open a car door, you know a fraction of the struggle, but through repeated and constant attempts, you do wrench movement out of that axis there. You start to open it, and that screeing, crying metal, very cold and reluctant to move, you are able to open through, because you're starting to get that water level. The ice water on the other side. let's get a constitution check from Effie, and let's get a perception check from everybody else.
Do we see the ship? Oh, is that what the perception check is for? Never mind, I'm talking.
16.
3.
Sarah got a 3.
4.
4.
69.
Nice.
89.
89.
24.
Yeah, 89.
All right.
I got a 16.
You got a what?
16.
16. Oh, hey, nice. That's okay. You're kind of inspired by the strength of the priest here, we'll call it, member of the Mechanicum that flung you, and you were probably kind of pissed. You're like, you know what? It's okay that she's that strong, because she just... Good. But you're also not dying, which is nice. And you do see, those of you who rolled under 5 see very well. Those of you somewhere in the, we'll call it the Polar region, not super well. But there's a lot going on. And it can be stupefying. Maybe that's what happened. Our 3 and our 4, right near to the door, with great access to it, see out, and the ship is a mess. There are, we're just going to say it, bodies all over the place. It's a lot of dead. Rock is still falling, but it's not the same Titanic size pieces of the roof that were. It is segments of rock probably about the size of a basketball and smaller, soot almost. The water seems to have slowed. It doesn't seem as though it was the full ocean. It was some kind of flooded passage above you. It seems to have filled to the amount that it can for the most part. There's obviously going to be some for a while. But the coolant tanks, who was the 3? Sarah was the 3? You can see that there were large sections of the ship, and you're really not sure how you know, but you know there must be some kind of cooling mechanism on a ship this large. They were ruptured, and there are several poised, it looks like what's left of ashen bones, still holding the shape of a person, touching the coolant and looking up at the water source. It may have been, with the meta, some of the warp shenanigans that you were talking about. Some may have spent themselves using the coolant to stop the water.
Yeah, to save the rest of the people on board.
But you're really not sure. You just know that it's really, really
Yeah.
hard to look at the ashen bones, and it's not because it's a body. There are bodies almost making their way toward you via ice chunk, Jack style. The rest of the crew is starting to come together in a much less Beatles way. It's not a lot that you see moving. You see people face down, kind of stirring. You don't know if that's death throes. You don't know if the people who are wandering around concussed, or if they're actually trying to direct people. You can see small fires starting to erupt again from electrical grids that are exposed. Fire suppressant is gurgling where the tubes have been submerged, and it's trying to put out fires it doesn't know are taken care of. Exposed hull of the ship in various manners of jagged, burned amount extend almost into the darkness of the rest of the chasm beyond you.
Well, this is an awful mess. Do I see something that we can get up on to get out of the frozen water and take better stock of what's happening?
Yeah, large amounts of rock. There's one about 10 yards in front of you.
Okay.
About the size of a tool shed.
I'm going to head towards that. And on my way there, the people that I pass, I'm going to try to direct them up onto scaffolding or rocks around us to get them out of the water.
Roll fellowship.
Oh, which I think a fellowship is 37. Ah, 5.
Really?
Yes.
My goodness. You actually pass several people face down, flipping them over. You're actually able to bark orders at them, and knowing something that feels like solid ground for the first time, these people are used to having orders barked at them. They recognize orders, they'll follow them.
Yeah, she's like, hey, are you dead? If you're not dead, get out of this water or you'll freeze to death.
Finding their feet.
Let's go. Higher ground. Come on. And she's like, yes, come on.
All right.
And she shoos them up onto the pieces of rock and nonsense around us.
Okay.
Bossing me around, she'll get hers. That's right, she'll get hers.
What was that?
No, you're doing a great job.
Jesus.
You didn't drown down here, and it was because of me. And also Cece, who opened this door. So, suck it.
Just because you're doing a great job doesn't mean I have to like it.
You
Yeah,
don't.
that's true.
Wow.
But you could be nicer about not being dead.
All right. Fair enough.
So, you are able to rouse some of the people as you make it to the rock. What are the rest of us doing?
Cece's following Nyla.
Yep.
I'm gonna I guess do just like a passing glance over and I guess roll Medicaid if I have to, just to see, just at a glance, who's still alive, twitching, and
By
who's
triage.
in death throes twitching.
Yeah.
To see and to point them out to other people. Cece's not helping anybody up, but it's
You
just
did
yeah, your friend over there.
You had a 4.
They're dying. Help them.
You had a 4 for your perception. I'm going to say
Correct.
you're going to cover it. You can actually practically see vitals on people. No, yes, no, yes. Oh, no, yes, no. That guy's faking it. No.
Just pulls out a laser pointer. It's that one. That person.
Yep.
Sip's dead. Dead.
Yep. You can hear that there is on one of the no bodies that kind of bumps into one of your legs and then continues to drift by with the eddying current. You can hear staticky vox that one of them had. You can hear someone trying to maintain control over what seems like the rest of the ship.
Cece immediately is just grass. Oh wait, shit! And picks up this Vox off of this corpse and just kicks it further down.
All right. And you grab the Vox. You can't hear much. You can hear something. You hear the word contained. You can hear the word damned. But most of it's garbled static.
Can I crack it open, see if I can fix it?
Absolutely.
Check priest.
Yep.
Rolling some dice for me. That's a nat 1.
Really? Okay. Well,
It's going to go so poorly for us.
what's that?
Next session's going to go so poorly for
You've
us.
used
We
all
did
the rolls.
so well so far.
So, recognizing immediately the frequency that this is using and its inferior design, you just throw the damn thing away. And with a couple delicate, well-planned taps to the forehead, you can damn near telepathically dip in and out of the frequency being used by this Vox at will. Communicating as you like to your team or to the crew's main channel. You can hear
BC unlocks a cell phone tower.
pretty much. You can
is
hear
the cell phone tower now.
you can hear names, you can hear positions, you can hear floors. You don't have a lot of context, so while you can hear it, it doesn't mean much to you. You have an idea building that there is a command structure still at work. They're trying to get people to command to put out the literal fires and gain an idea of what the fuck happened. It's still loose.
So, like, yeah. Cece just, like, leans over to Nyla, who's, like, next to her, and is like, okay, so I'm amazing and cool and awesome. Yeah. But I've got, like, a command structure sort of sorting out, and it looks like they still got some problems, like, in the internal mechanisms of the ship. Looks like the fires aren't totally put out. What do you want to do? Should we, like, help save these people or whatever?
And Nyla's thinking about it. And she's like, yeah, I guess. I mean, they could probably use some assistance. And also, they broke a lot of shit here, which is not super great, because I don't know what these connect to up top. And, like, for all we know, this could be creating a bigger mess.
And, you know, maybe all of this shenaniganry had something to do with all of the runes or whatever. Anyway, hold on. And I, like, tap into the Fox channel. It's like, hi, my name's Cecilia Fox. I am a Floor 1 art buddy on the ice planet that you just sort of materialized your ship into. How are you? I'm great. Thanks for asking. So anyway, we found you. Hello. We're just looking to see if you need some additional assistance. If not, say so. I've already saved a bunch of your friends from being soups dead. You're welcome.
This is the captain of the Immaculate End. We have immediate need for aid. We have crashed on your planet. We need assistance immediately at this location. There's
Darling,
not a
we're
lot more.
outside. Like, we're right here. We're coming.
Are we all
Send
hearing this, or-
immediate assistance, PDF forces. Whatever you have.
Yeah.
Medicaid.
Yeah, crap. Where are we?
Immediately to the location of this Vox signal.
My own head?
That means nothing to him. He's like, he's sure the static did not come through. He's like, that.
Oh my god, did you just call me mentally unwell? This Vox is in my head. This is me talking. I'm a tech priest. I'm amazing. How could you?
They say, what are they saying? I can't hear
They
them.
say, oh my god, I'm so blusterous and full of hot air. I super need help, but I can't admit it. Probably because I can't hear over the sound of my own swinging dick.
Who is on this channel? Is this PDF?
And they called us PDF like twice.
Well, I mean, we have some PDF guys with us. Don't we have like 2 guys left?
You're the PDF assistants. Have you found our ship?
Can we even reach our floor or floor 3 with our radios? We're cut off, aren't we?
You cannot know.
Okay.
DC just starts blasting elevator music over the channel.
All right, let's roll fellowship on that.
My fellowship is so low! No, I've got really shitty
tracks.
fellowship and really good other things.
Canon.
What do you mean fellowship's a dumb stat? Okay, a 28. Okay, hold on. My fellowship is a 30.
He's trying to work with you, so he rolled a 90, and and so it's not a you versus them. It's a how the two of you are trying to make a conversation happen, and right now one of you is making elevator music, and the other one is, we'll call it hit with a pipe, thinking, and
Okay, so let's try this again. What is your exact location within the body of this ship, and we will come and help you.
This is the impromptu command that we made just past the bow. And you hear sparks and clatter as things are happening behind him. He's yelling over noise.
Are we at the stern? Like, is this the back of the ship?
Yes.
Oh, no. Okay. Okay, cool. Got it. We're coming. Don't die.
And then just kind of garble. And it's not because of the lack of transmission. It's just too much going on.
Yeah, fair.
But there's quite a bit happening here. I do need one more perception check from everybody. Have we all reached the little tool shed rock? Out of the water officially?
Should be.
I am.
I think
It's a
so.
74 for my perception check.
10 for mine.
Nice.
I rolled an 18.
18?
79.
25.
I rolled an 83. Cece's checking her nails. Did
Okay.
that door fuck him up?
Yeah. Okay.
Suri's checking to see if she's lost the notebook that she was writing in.
All right. Okay. And have you lost it?
I don't know. I rolled a 79.
That's true. You don't know.
You're just
okay. All right. So, you didn't lose it. Don't worry. But
Cool.
we do need a constitution check from Effie and from Gallus.
63.
63
52.
and a 52. Okay. You both lose one wound. One from the cold, and then the other from bleeding, which hasn't been staunched. You're not going to bleed out, but you're starting to ironically want to put ice on your hand. So, you're both losing one wound. It's nothing crazy, and it's nothing permanent, but right now, you're hurt. It's a little bit of hypothermia and a little bit of blood loss. So,
I'm
We-
going to stand really close to Dua.
huh?
Said I'm going to stand really close to Dua.
Yeah, there you go.
Get some blood going.
Yeah, just kind
Why,
of.
why are you so close to me right now? Why, is that your teeth making that jittering noise? What? Are you all right? Are you all right, son?
Those are my toes.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
That's not good. You get in here. Come on. I'm doing all right.
Dua puts his gives him a little bit of a bear hug.
Okay. So those of you that
You
see,
just-
do see that as smoke starts to clear and the powdered crystallized air full of all kinds of carcinogenic nonsense is starting to settle, and fires are being put out here and there. It's happening quickly, but it's still not a very safe place to walk. You begin to kind of map out, if you do intend to move toward the bow of the ship, you're beginning to map out your path, and it's going to be going in and out. The ship kind of lays across and into the rock in front of you. It almost appears to go into the stone. You don't know if it stops there and it's just an abrupt end, or if the ship goes on inside of the rock, or vice versa. It's hard to see, but you can't see far enough that you can see a clear path without going into the ship itself.
I'm ready to go into a ship.
I'm ready.
Okay. Well,
Dua, do you think you could
what's that?
carry me?
What'd you ask me, son? What?
Do you think you could carry me?
Carry you? Are your legs broken? You said your toes were hurting, but your legs broken too?
Yes.
How much do you weigh, son?
He weighs 101.
Jesus.
Yeah, hop on. I got you.
Yeah, we got a bunch of little light folk here.
Hey, I'm only
Yeah.
5
Island
Yeah.
F, you're tiny.
I'm 6'9", 260 pounds. I think I can manage you.
He's enormous. Yeah,
Yeah.
truly enormous.
Aw, cradle him in your arms, Dua.
I mean, I think he probably is. That's one arm. He's just gonna basically tuck like a football and then just.
I would open that door, but you told me it was the wrong way. So that's on y'all.
Nobody told him.
Nobody
Okay.
told me.
Nobody told him. So we have a heading ish to the ship. You guys have to go down and scooch some of the triaged bodies out of the way. This is somewhat stabilized situation.
I agree.
It's a somewhat stabilized situation. As you peer out at the ship, you can see that oil does seem to be creating a glossy, multicolored sheen across the water, spilling from somewhere on the ship. It's cool right now, but there are fires. It's something you probably want to keep in mind. You already had quite a bit of the oxygen in this chamber wisped away, consumed by the fire. It's something to keep in mind.
If you guys go meet the captain, I guess I'll try and help fix the ship. I love talking to people so much, though.
Well, where there's a ship, there's bound to be quite a bit of mechanical.
Cece kicks up her heels and skips into the ship. I'm gonna go plug the
Just
extra.
saunters off. Okay. Well, I do think right there is actually where we're going to leave it today. It's going to be a little bit shorter one today. But the reason is because we don't want to get too far ahead here before it makes much more sense. So, this is the past segment today. Are you guys okay with leaving it there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do what we gotta do.
Yeah. So you guys lived. That's great. I was worried some of you would die.
I thought I was going to die.
Well, yeah, and what's
die.
really funny is, and it's not like funny, haha, I kind of thought you would die from being suffocated or burned or crushed or frozen, not aspirating your own vomit. But
True.
it's not always
You can die in so many creative ways.
it's not always the thing that you expect that gets you. So that's going to be that for today for the Dark Heresy. I'll see our group in chat, but everybody else, we're headed out. Thank you. And
I want to clarify that
yeah.
Dua's perspective of things do not reflect Lundoa's.
of course not.
We're
These are
not.
characters simply
Of
for the
course not.
sake of passionate, ridiculous people.
I have a happy wife.
The Brotherhood of
Yes,
Steel is a
you're
fun
welcome.
group, but they would be the worst and huge assholes if you ever actually had to meet one.
Right.
Yeah, it's strictly